everyone, it's Heartless Spartan. Now, it's been a couple of years since I've done any Twitch game streaming. Now, this isn't a video game video, but I used to mention every now and then that I collected various toys, dolls, action figures, prop replicas, that sort of thing. So this time I'm going to try out a My Thoughts video on... I'm going to do Monster High today. Generation 3 of Monster High, at least. Just because right now, in the summer of 2023, they are coming out full swing. So, something about the Monster High dolls is that they actually have pretty good packaging. They're really nice. The boxes for the Monster High dolls are really nice. A lot like the boxes for Rainbow High dolls are real nice. The boxes and packaging for, like, Star Wars The Vintage Collection is real nice. But something I've been doing with the Monster High dolls, since I have these nice printouts of the characters on the back of the boxes, I thought it would be a neat idea if Mattel or even some of the other companies, when they do like these nice printouts like this, actually perforated around the edges so that you have like a little kind of cutout poster or paper doll sort of thing. So what I've been doing is I've been cutting around them so that they can pop right out, very much like a paper doll does. And I think that's kind of neat, and then you can just stick those up on the wall or use them like a little paper doll or something like that. Now, to do this, initially I had been using one of these, and that was rather tedious and painful and took a while. Like, I didn't hurt myself with it, but it just... It took an obnoxious amount of time to do that. The three in the background I cut out with a regular box cutter, but I eventually upgraded to something like this. Now, this is also why this isn't like a video for kids. I'm not expecting people to go out and do this. This is just something that I'm doing, and I'm learning how to do these things. Now, this is a detail knife. It is very fine and very, very sharp. Now, it allowed me to go around and get all of those nice edges on these, and it really did just pop out like a perforation. And I think it would be real nice if companies started doing little perforated characters like that on the back of their packaging. Because even these Monster Ball packaging, there is even like another sheet of cardboard behind that as I was removing the packaging and getting the idea to cut these out. I'm just going to stick her back here with that Scout Trooper there. Now, something I would like to do later on before Comic-Con comes around is actually do a video on Jazzwares Halo figures. Another thing I wanted to talk about Monster High is kind of what they've been coming out with. Now, when I first saw the Skulltimate Secrets lockers, I was like, this is a big hunk of plastic that I'm paying extra money for. And I didn't want it initially, but I got Draculaura's because she seemed kind of like the nicest doll at the time, and it's actually pretty good plastic. It's pretty hard, solid plastic, except this piece. This piece is like a cardboard. But then I'm like, okay, these are actually pretty neat. Maybe I'll look into getting this series. And then this last few weeks here, they added on like 2 more waves. So now there's like up to wave 3 of these Skulltimate Secrets lockers up for order or available, and they're coming out with repeats of the same characters, and I'm like, okay, well, these things are big, they take up a lot of space. How many lockers does Draculaura need? Because she's in every wave. I think Claudine's in every wave. Frankie, I think, is in every wave. So that's, let's say you're collecting all of them, you have 9 lockers for 3 characters. Now, I can understand coming out with a locker for each character, like I think in Wave 3, Toralei and Twyla are getting their own locker. I think that would be nice, that each character gets their own locker. But I think it's kind of ridiculous if the same characters are having more than one locker, because then that's costing the consumer a lot of money, and it's taking up a lot of space. And that's one of my issues right now with my collections is storage. So if I'm storing tons of these plastic lockers, I don't really know what to do with them. And then, you know, if kids are buying them, like, yeah, you can stick a ton of accessories in this thing. So, like, before I did the video, this thing was bulging with all the accessories from the Monster Ball dolls. I just kind of stuck them in there. But I think instead of doing repeats of the plastic lockers, I think when they come out with their core figures, they should do something like they did with the Real Drama dolls. Now, the Real Drama dolls, while they were reproductions of like the original type of doll, the OG Monster High, not G3, they came with these little mini posters for the doll. But they also, let's see if I can focus in on that. Focus, there we go. They came with these mini posters for the doll, but they also came with a full-size poster that's tucked into the back of the packaging that can go up on the wall. And I'm like, okay, that actually looks really cool. It's not like some ridiculous poster. Now, if they did that for the G3 dolls, I think that would be pretty sick. Like, in a good way. So that's my thoughts on that right there, but something else I do with the Monster High packaging, I'm going to put Dracula out in front of her locker, and I have to change my camera height here, because I don't have a fancy setup. Now, Monster High dolls do not come with their stands. That's just a Kaiser stand that I happened to have. But something that I do with the packaging is I also cut out these things, so that if I was going to display them, because this is right off of one of the core doll boxes. Now hers looks like this. I'd have to figure out a way to mount that because that doesn't stand up. But the core boxes have that extra plastic that I just cut out along the bottom so that I can display things like that. But I guess for the Monster Ball ones, that's not even her locker. I got everything falling over now. Stop collapsing on my hand. But Monster Ball, and then I'd have to figure out how to mount that up. Because, like I talked about the packaging, this stuff is cool. I like that, and I feel like it's a shame just to, like, throw that away. Now, I am interested to see what else they come out with Monster High. In the future, I'm interested to see what Jazzwares comes out with for their Halo line. I want to do a separate video, as I said before Comic-Con, talking about that. If you have any suggestions for my channel, if you think anything I said was interesting or would like to see me attempt a review on anything Monster High, Halo, Star Wars, or even if you just want me to, you know, discuss that or any of the kind of like little hobbies or things that I put together now. I occasionally upload things onto my DeviantArt. There should be a link available on the top of my channel. I upload some of the things that I put together, like 1/6 scale figures, relatable to Hot Toys, if you're familiar with Hot Toys. They do a lot of like Marvel and Star Wars figures that are in 12-inch scale and very high detail, but that's something else I'm really into, is that as well. So feel free to check out my DeviantArt as well. Leave any comments or additional suggestions on my channel here, and I'll respond to them and check them out. So thank you for your time, and I'll look into doing that Halo video. See you next time.